My brothers and sisters, you are now watching The Gamer 2323, so just forget about the chores you're supposed to do. Put your feet up, get your Kool-Aid, fried chicken, popcorn, get whatever you may need. And I hope you enjoy the video.
Now that I'm finally getting over The Last of Us 2, I wanted to actually talk about all the stuff that was shown at PSX this past week, and I also want to this video is not just going to be like a recap of PSX. I guess like towards the end I'm going to also mention why Sony reigns supreme and why they're in the place that they're in and why Xbox is in the place that they're in. I know it might piss off some fanboys, but quite frankly, I don't really care. I've like gotten to the point to where like I don't care about like how people take my words anymore. I'm gonna just talk straight savage, fam. No, but I'm gonna say like why, why I think it's the way it is right now, and why, stuff like that. But anyways, let's get to the recap. All right, so first off, bam, they started off the event as I thought they would, with Uncharted 4 single player DLC. So they were showing some gameplay. I was like, what the freak is like? I was like, during that gameplay, if you were in my Twitch stream chat, we were all trying to like say what it was. Some people thought, it was some new Tomb Raider DLC. I think some people said it was like Mercenaries 4. Like, you couldn't really tell what it was because like it didn't really look like Uncharted. So I was like, bro, what the freak is this game? Is it like a new IP? Like, what is it? But then like towards like the very end, bam, and me being me, because I was just hoping so much for, bro, please show The Last of Us 2. Like, when you seen Nadine on screen, I thought that joke was Marlene from The Last of Us. Like, that's how focused I was, like, low-key on just thinking about The Last of Us. But then when Nadine came out, and then Chloe took off, that thing, I was like, oh, snap, this is the Uncharted 4 single-player DLC. So, that looked really good. I was kind of shocked. I don't know if granted, I missed the heck out of, mainly I missed the heck out of Chloe's cheeks.
Is that an ancient Tibetan ritual dagger in your pocket?
Well, maybe I'm just happy to see you.
She wasn't in Uncharted 4, but I was thinking that the single player DLC was gonna be like mainly about Sam, and like where and what's he's been doing, while Nathan Drake was on all of these freaking epic journeys, But so I'm not sure if Sam is gonna be in this DLC, but they did show Chloe, and people have been asking, for Chloe, like, where's Chloe, and stuff like that. So it's good that she'll get some shine in this DLC. It looked good, man. It's called Uncharted 4: The Lost Legacy. I'm definitely excited for Uncharted 4: The Lost Legacy. I seen people saying in the comment section back when I was deep throating The Last of Us 2 reveal, like, dude, how come you haven't spoke about the Uncharted about the Uncharted 4 DLC at all? So like, I was thinking all about The Last of Us back then. Uncharted, like, yeah, that's cool and all. Like, freak all that when it deals with Last of Us. But the DLC did look really good. Definitely excited to play it, and stuff like that, and to see like what the story is going to be about and that. So that was the first thing they showed off. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. There was a lot of talk about Marvel vs. Capcom 4 being at this event. Not exactly the title name, but we did get another Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite reveal trailer that got people excited. They showed a little trailer in it and stuff like that. That comes out next year. They also showed gameplay for it, which I did not see during the Capcom Cup thing that was going on. So yeah, so Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite was there. They got into talking a little bit about PS1 classics and stuff like that. So Wipeout, if you enjoyed Wipeout, back in the day, they got a Wipeout Omega collection coming next year as well. They show some stuff for Destiny. Hey, most people, Destiny still has a hardcore, dedicated fan base behind this junk. How does it? I have no idea. But a lot of people still love Destiny, you know, and they still play it on a daily basis. So they show some new stuff for Destiny. That's cool and stuff. I'm really just waiting to see what they do with Destiny 2, you know, but they show some new content for Destiny. Yeah, irrelevant. And then Crash Bandicoot. We all know when they showed Crash at this year's E3, suckers freaking went crazy. They're like, oh my god, Crash is back. You know, to me, Crash has always been one of the most overrated franchises in gaming history. Probably one of the worst platformers that I've ever played. I think as far as platformers go, I think I can't even think. I'm trying to troll so much right now. I can't even think of like a bad platformer right now to say that it's better than Crash, you know, but I'm joking. But yeah, they did show Crash Bandicoot, and they showed they actually showed some gameplay. Hands down, I'm buying this joint when it come out. The Insane Trilogy comes with all three of the almost said trash games. All three of the Crash games. I mean, they are trash, but to me, again, I know most people look at Crash 2 as the best. Sucker, Crash Bandicoot Warped was the best one. Please write down amen in the comment section if you agree with the sucker. But the point is, they show some gameplay for Crash. That looks freaking great. Can't wait till that comes out. That's next year as well. Resident Evil 7, they showed off a little trailer for that. I also think there's a demo out right now that I still haven't downloaded yet. Resident Evil, I mean, Resident Evil 7, it doesn't look bad at all. Like, it really doesn't. It's just, I've never really been a fan of Resident Evil, and I see like a lot of like the hardcore Resident Evil fan base like kind of saying like this doesn't even resemble Resident Evil at all. Like, it looks more like Outlast and stuff like that. But Resident Evil 7, it doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. You know, I need to see more of it. I need to play the new demo they got. So they showed that as well. Knack 2. Here's the thing with Knack, because Shuhei Yoshida, like, you know, he was just like claiming on Twitter, we finally responded to all of the fan feedback that, you know, that was just dying for Knack 2. And I'm like, who is these sections? Like, who was really asking for Knack 2? But a lot of people that, you know, may have enjoyed Knack, the first Knack, which I'm still shocked that the first Knack has not been a PS Plus free game yet. I'm freaking shocked by that. That and Killzone, Sleep Zone, Struggle Fall. I'm sorry. I'm surprised those games have not been made free yet with PS Plus. Freaking shocked. But Knack 2, let me tell you something, bro. That Knack 2 gameplay that they were showing, shoot, that joint didn't look bad at all. Dare I say, Knack 2 was looking lit out this. I was like, the frick. So the gameplay that they showed for Knack 2, that looked good. I was like, okay, hold on, bro. Knack 2 is looking pretty good. So they revealed Knack 2. You know, I'm sure it'll be better than the first one, because a lot of people with Knack, the first one, it was like a split crowd. Like, some people enjoyed it, some people thought it was flat out trash, you know. So, but I think Knack 2 is going to be way better. Ni no Kuni 2. Now, I played a little bit of Ni no Kuni on the PS3, and I was digging it, but again, junk got in the backlog, never went back to it, bro. My backlog is thick out here in these streets, bro. So, but Ni no Kuni 2, I'm definitely sure that a lot of people, you know, are looking forward to that. So they showed Ni no Kuni 2. We all know Sony loves their indies, so there was gonna be an indie section, you know. And when it got to that section, I was like, but nonetheless, they show indies some love, you know. I mean, to me, bruh, when it comes to indies right now, if you ain't talking Cuphead, like, sucker, what is you really talking about? Like, to me right now, The only indie that has my eye right now is Cuphead. If you ain't talking that, miss me with that. You know, but of course, indies are going to be there. Geo Corsi came out. This man got into talking about the indies. And he had this unknown device. What's that junk called again? What's that junk called again he had in his hands? Oh yeah, a PlayStation Vita. This man was saying, so this game is going to come out for the PS4 and the Vita. And I'm like, sucker, ain't nobody trying to... But it's like, to me, if you haven't gotten a PlayStation Vita yet, you just flat out don't want it, bro. Like, there is no convincing people into getting a Vita anymore. Like, in my opinion, if you don't have a Vita yet in 2016, sucker, you're not interested, you know. But the way they did go about it, they wasn't trying to force the Vita down your throat. So I honestly think that's the only way to advertise the Vita. Pretty much what they did. Have a Vita in your hands, but like not really but not actually be talking just about the Vita, you know. So the whole indie section and Vita, that was, cool, I guess. Got in a little bit about PlayStation VR. I pretty much expected what VR is right now. Junk came out. It had a lot of hype because it was new tech. Then after the hype dies down, I bet probably 85 to 90% of people that bought a PlayStation VR day one, if I was to ask you right now, when's the last time you used your VR? Not only that, do you use it consistently? And where is it right now? Bet half these suckers say, I forgot I had that junk. The junk is probably collecting dust right now. PlayStation VR needs better games. That's pretty much like the end all be all. I would hands down die to play Outlast 2 VR. I think like some type of Pokemon game VR would be stupid lit. A Yu-Gi-Oh VR would be lit. Like VR, as far as PlayStation VR, I mean that porn VR is a different stuff. But as far as like PlayStation VR and stuff, it's gonna come down to what games are available for VR that can, give you a great experience right now. And then last but not least, and I'm not going over every freaking thing that they show, just to not make this video too long. But last but not least, we all know Last of Us 2. Now, before they showed Last of Us 2, I thought this conference was like a solid 7.5. Once they showed Last of Us 2, that jump went straight to a 9. Like, I'm not joking at all. Last of Us 2, that was a great way to end off PSX. So you started PSX with Uncharted 4. You ended it with Last of Us 2. Most people did not think that we were going to see both. If anything we saw, it was going to be the Uncharted 4 DLC, right? Most suckers was not expecting a Last of Us. Now, I thought there was a shot because prior to PSX, like, they had put out a tweet, saying something about PSX, and they had like a Joel and Ellie little pop figure, so I was like, is this some type of subliminal sign that we might get some Last of Us 2? So I and that's why I didn't really do my predictions vid. Well, one, I didn't have enough time to do it, but two is I went into this junk with low expectations. I didn't want to say anything that I was hoping to see because I didn't want my expectations to just be freaking punched in the face, but we all know once Last of Us 2 was shown, if y'all didn't see my reaction, you could search that up. That was the icing, like that was the epitome of the icing on the cake. It turned the freaking cake from an okay cake to a freaking, oh my god, this cake is freaking amazing. Literally, Last of Us 2 reveal was the icing on the cake. So I thought the way they closed it out was freaking amazing, dude.